Hey, go-getters. What's up? What's up? Who's with me? What's up? How you doing? Can you guess why that is? I'm happy too. Thank you again. It's yeah, looks like a full out studio in here right now, so that's kind of cool. Hey, Brendan. Hey, Marnie. How is everybody? Just waiting a couple minutes to see who else pops in to say hello. What is the word? What is the word? I'm trying to I have my laptop open and I'm filming on my phone. My hair is funny. But I don't know, it's like doing some weird thing with my phone. It's making it pause, which it's never done before, so I don't know if it's just too much to handle or what. See, it's doing it again. Weird. Hey girl. How you doing? How you doing? How you living? Hey, Colin. What's going on, everybody? Yes, Colin, I see that. You're in living color. It is, I wonder if I can, oh, I can't do anything on this. Marnie. I'm breaking the internet, am I? For you guys too, or is it just on my end that it's pausing? And again with this hair, what's the deal here? It's pausing. Oh, bugger. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay, let me see. Maybe if I... I'm just gonna log off of Facebook on my... I've seen other people go live and then they're, you know, they're viewing as well. I just logged off my Facebook on my laptop. We'll just stick with the old school way because it seems to work better. Now it's paused again. That's fun. Yeah, super not loving that. Sorry, guys. I don't know. Maybe it's the solstice planets aligning. What was the other thing? There were 3 things. The winter solstice. There are 3 planets that are aligning. And there's something else. Something else going on. But I'm sure that that's like doing crazy things with energy. So, I don't know. But I don't want to keep you guys all night long. I feel like I've been talking all day. I had a class earlier today. I started the day talking. It's back. Having a Zoom call with my relatives overseas and in the States and everywhere. We did a kind of family catch-up Christmas thing this morning, first thing this morning. So that was really nice and fun. And then I did a class, hoping to do some really cool things in this. And then had a great session with one of my classmates. We got together after class, socially distanced, of course, and had a really, really great session. And now I'm here with you. So I feel like I've been talking all day, so I don't want to keep you guys all night long. So I'm going to jump into these messages for the week. And let me tell you, they are good. They are good, good, good messages. So first things first, I will hold up the stacks just in case you didn't get a chance to look at my earlier post and pick your... The first stack and stone we have is the amethyst, the purple stone. Boop. Okay. That's stack number 1. That was the stack on the left in the picture. And stack number 2 is the center stack, and it's this orange stone. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is called. I actually found this box, a tiny little box of crystals that I had been given several years ago. Someone who also works in the spiritual practices, and that, okay, Marnie, that's what I was thinking too. It looks like carnelian, hey? Yeah, that's what I thought too. Anyway, I found this box when I was cleaning out some drawers and stuff. Found this box of all these crystals, and I was like, oh, I do have crystals. But of course, there's no little or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with carnelian. But anyway, that's the center stack, the orange stone. And the last stone, the last stack, the stack on the right, is the black stone, which I believe is, I'm not 100% sure again, but so that was with stack number 3, which was the stack on the right. Okay. So stack number 1, we're going back to stack number 1. And we have movement, choices, and decisions. So this card is obviously about movement, about decisions and choices. As you can see, this person is standing in front of, how many is that? 5 that we can see, 5 doors. Of the throat chakra, heart chakra. I mean, these are a little bit off, but I guess that would technically be the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. But he's got some decisions. He's got a decision to make. What door does he want to go under or go through? And, you know, we've got the sky, you know, maybe this is death, sort of like heaven kind of deal. We've got growth, you know, you see the plant there. We've got wedding rings, so this to me, and a heart. So this says to me partnership, some kind of partnership, and financial abundance. So about where he wants to go. The number 2, which in numerology is all about choices and decisions as well as balance. And maybe that's the bigger message here, is that the choices that we make need to be balanced. So there needs to be a little bit of spirituality. There needs to be growth. There needs to be partnership. And it all needs to lead to abundance of all different kinds. Most people relate to or resonate with financial abundance, but there's a lot more. I'm not talking, I can't tell what it's supposed to be. It's just orange. So I don't know what's behind. Maybe it's a mystery door. It's the bonus door. I don't know. But there are some decisions to be made here. The first word on this card is movement. And I mean, you can't, making a decision is movement. So, but also I feel like, especially with this card, as I'm looking at it now, you know, you have to go through a door. There has to be movement. We can't stay stagnant as human beings, as spiritual beings. We can't stay in one place. We have to keep. So this card is all about that. It's all about forward motion, movement. Make decisions about what's best for your life and then do it. We can, you know, we can plan and whatever. Procrastination, that's the word that was coming to my head. It's like he's procrastinating, right? He's standing there and there's so many choices, there's so many options. What do I really want? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, but at the end of the day, you still have to move. And let's be real, guys, right? Those of us in the spiritual practice, we know that really any one of these doors, just pick one. It doesn't really even matter, you know, what you're after right now, because if it's for you, it will come to you. And it doesn't matter what door you chose. Now you might choose this orange door at the end here. That's a mystery. And that might be the one that leads you to all of these things. These doors might just focus on that one thing for now, but in the end, we get them all anyway. If we do the work, the spiritual work, if we keep our energy right and on point, which is, I feel, why they've used the chakra colors here, all about energy and keeping everything clear and unblocked and free flowing. So as long as we're doing that kind of work, then we can't really pick the wrong door. See what I'm saying? So, it's time to move, peeps. My purple stone peeps, it's time to move. And no sooner have I said that, and we get the goddess, I'm going to mess this up, Arianrhod. And she is she's the Celtic goddess of time. So she is here to remind us that it is never too late. That big dream, that decision, that wish that you have, it is never too late to chase after it. She's here to remind you that you have time to reach your full potential, but you've got to do that work. You've got to make that decision and then go for it. She will make sure that your timing is always perfect. She's walking alongside you and she's going, all right, well, you're ready for this piece now, so let's move. And she makes those doors open, right? She's working with you to open these doors and give you these choices, knowing that when the time is right, all of this will be yours if that's what you want and if that's what's meant for you. So, Arianrhod, goddess of time, there's time, but make the best of it, make the most of it. Don't squander it. And as if the universe, I mean, we know they were actually looking down on these cards as I was shuffling them this morning, and they're just giving us a big old hell yes. Yes, honey, yes. It is time, right? It's time. It's time to make those decisions, make that movement, get moving and go and do and be all that you want to be. It's time. Now's the time. Now's the time. Really, really great message for all of you who picked stack number 1. I really, really like that message. Yeah, this freezing thing is really annoying me, but I'm trying to push, I'm pushing through, I'm pushing past it. Second stone, orange stone, or second stack rather, is the orange stone, carnelian, I believe. Let's see. Okay, so they're telling me pull this one first. So this card is material and spiritual prosperity. And the vibe that I'm picking up from this, even though he looks like he's in a really lavish setting, like maybe some kind of a castle with a terrace that's got those really pretty railings and he's looking out into his yard and the sun and all the rest of it. What I'm picking up here is that this is what he wants. He's trying to envision himself here. It's not necessarily where he's at right now. And the reason that I say that is because the angel answer card that we got is no. And it's a no with an exclamation point. So that's a hell no. That's a fuck no. And it's kind of harsh, right? We know spirit sometimes can be a little bit harsh. So it is kind of harsh, but I feel like spirit is saying this here that you're asking for, this that you're trying to dream up, you know, I mean, he's staring out at double fountains. I mean, it's like he's in Vegas or something. And spirit's going, no, you're not ready for all that. And the reason is because the goddess of communication, the Greek messenger goddess Iris has popped up, and she's the goddess of communication. And I feel like this is all about us not communicating effectively with ourselves, with one another, and with the universe. It's a triple blow. She reminds us to be mindful of our words, and not just our words with other people, our words with ourselves. You know, I talked with my friend today about ego and what that really is. And, you know, ego is not just, oh, I'm so beautiful. Ego is that logic that tells us, you know, oh, you want to live in a castle with a big fountain in the front and miles of lush green grass and trees and a beautiful view of the sunset? Well, who are you to want that? Who are you to get that? Why would you get that and not somebody else? That's ego. That's our inner voice, right? Ego is our inner voice, our inner logic saying, no, right? Saying no. Like the universe just said to us, nope. So this Iris has come to remind us that we have to be mindful of the way that we speak to ourselves, not just the way we speak to other people or the way we speak to the universe. We have to be mindful of that self-speak. And that's the space where we let ego come in and keep us stuck. Now, ego does have a purpose, and it's not all. So when we talk about shadow work, ego has a place, and it has a positive as well. The positive of ego is that it keeps us safe sometimes, right? Our ego, our logical brain says, don't jump off the garage roof and into that pile of leaves, because guess what? Underneath it is not a pile of leaves, it's a fire hydrant, and you're going to kill yourself and die. You're going to hurt, hit your head or something and die. So ego has the ability to keep us safe, but the flip side of that, the shadow side of ego, is that it can also keep us stuck. It can keep us still, and we don't want that. We want to be able to move. So this is why Iris has showed up, to remind us that when ego talks to us, it's best that we talk back. Thank ego for thank it for keeping us safe, but I got this. Have a seat. Take several seats, Karen, because I'm going over here. I am going to jump off that roof because I have wings and I can fly. You see what I'm saying? So we have to really be mindful of how we're speaking to ourselves. We also have to get really good and clear when we're asking. I think I've said this before in previous weeks, but we have to get really, really clear with our manifesting, with our requests from the universe. We have to speak very clearly about what it is that we want. Because some of us are just kind of saying, well, I want lots of money. Well, what is a lot of money? What is it? Is it being able to pay your bills every month and not worry? Is it being able to build your own castle that you've dreamt up in your head and you've designed and for like every single brick? Is it that kind of money we're talking about? Is it, I want to be able to, when we can again, I want to be able to travel every year on some lavish vacation and take 3 of my friends with me? What is a lot of money? What does that mean? The universe doesn't know. Because the universe doesn't know, just like the universe doesn't know time. To us, time is linear. This is the only dimension that time is linear. Everywhere else, time is infinite. Time is fluid. It means nothing. And same thing with, with things like abundance. The universe doesn't know what the limit, there is no limit to abundance to the universe. We ask for what we ask for, and if it's for us, they give it to us. We have to be really clear about what that is. What am I asking for? Am I asking for, enough money to get to work, put gas in my tank and get to work every day? To some people, that's more than enough. To others, well, no, I want to be able to go on shopping sprees every 2 weeks. Every paycheck, I want to be able to buy myself something new. And there's no right or wrong, right? Our ego has no space in that conversation. It's just, this is what I want. I'm going to do whatever work I can to get to that point. So, but we have to start communicating better. We have to start with ourselves. What do I want? What does that look like? And also be willing to be honest with ourselves in our communication about what I'm willing to do to get there. Because, yeah, sure, I could want to live in a beautiful mansion, but guess what? It's not going to fall on my head. I sure hope it's not going to fall on my head, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just going to wake up and walk outside and, oh, there's your mansion. Here you go. Gift wrapped. No, I have to work for that. So what am I willing to do? What work am I willing to do to get to that point? Because the universe can't do it all. We have to, it's a co-creation. It's a partnership, right? It's this where, it was in the other stack, but it's that partnership. The universe isn't going to do it all for us, but we also have to realize we're not alone in all of this. The universe has a hand in it, but we have to work together. So that was stack number 2, Iris, Goddess of Communication, Material and Spiritual Prosperity. It's a bit of a no. It's not a no forever. It's a no for right now. Not yet, right? This is a no, not yet. That's all. Because we have to get more clear in our words and in our wishes and in our intentions on how we're going to get there. And finally, stack number 3, which is the black tourmaline. Okay. Well, tourmaline works for me too. And this one, I love this. It still amazes me sometimes how the universe or spirit or whatever it is that you believe in, it amazes me at how man, this has been happening to me all day. Just how direct they can be sometimes, and how, hey Rachel, just how on point they are. So if you don't know my process, I channel, right? So I speak to spirit before I touch my cards on a Sunday morning. I wake up, I do my meditations, I do all my things, and then I ask them to tell me what decks of cards to use, which cards to use, and then I shuffle each deck and shuffle until they basically make 3 cards fly out of that deck. And then I channel and ask them to tell me what order to put them in. So which card goes in which stack. And I do that for all 3 decks, all 3 cards. And then just before I go live, I usually do a quick look just in case there's a card that I'm not familiar with. Maybe I haven't seen it in a while. So I'll read the book and just kind of sit with it for a bit. And channel whatever the message is for that whole stack, or that card or whatever it is. So when I pulled stack number 3, when I turned stack number 3 over just before I came on, I couldn't help but laugh, because if this is not the universe straight up smacking somebody in the head and telling them to call, I don't know what is. Check this out. So we got patience. And in this deck, this particular card is the Temperance card in a traditional tarot deck. So this is an oracle deck. In a traditional tarot deck, this card would be Temperance. And Temperance is about, it's about balance. It's about just being still, being open to receive the messages from the universe. It's knowing when to move, but knowing when to just calm down, just be still. And I keep saying that word because, there's not really anything else I can say about this card. Patience, we all know what patience is. We all know that it's hard as hell, right? I am not a very patient person. In certain situations. In other situations, I have the patience of a saint. So I've been told. The reason I found it funny was because the goddess card for this week was stillness. Yuki Onna is the Japanese goddess of stillness. A hard 3. Oh no. Well, Rachel, there you go. There's something that you're trying to rush, something that you're overthinking, something that you're letting overwhelm you, and the universe is telling you to be quiet and be still. So this Yuki Onna, she's actually the Japanese goddess of winter. And what happens in the winter, you guys? The winter is when Mother Earth takes a break. She just gets still. There's no growth in the winter. Well, there is, but you know what I'm saying? It's not like the summer and the spring where we see new plants shooting up and all the rest of it. It's still. It's a period of stillness. Mother Earth is resting. And so it just makes a whole lot of sense that Yuki Onna, is the goddess of winter, which is all about being still. She's reminding us to slow down, to go into a period of self-reflection, to listen to our higher selves, listen to our hearts. Because when the time comes to move again, so the spring, if you will, when the springtime comes, we need to know where we're going. We need to know what goals, what growth we want to see. And we're not going to know that unless we take a moment and just be still. Connect with our inner and higher selves so that we can really set the intention of what dreams, what goals, what miracles we want to see happen. We can't do that if we're still buzzing around and hustle bustle and going crazy. No, we can't do that. We have to be still. We have to take, as my friend would say, a pause for the cause. Okay? And that's what Yuki Onna has come to tell us. It's also a time for us to connect with the universe, to really just see the beauty and the wonder around us. It's a time to really pay attention to the signs that the universe is sending us about what path we're supposed to be on. A lot of us, tend to feel a little bit lost in the winter time because we're usually stuck at home because of bad weather. I mean, this year, everything is different, but in a normal year, right? Wintertime is when we're trapped inside a lot of the time. It tends to be very gray, very, very like depressing, dismal almost, and that affects us, right? So instead of letting that affect us the way it does sometimes, it's also good to use that time to reflect. What growth do I want to see when the time is right? What changes do I want to make? And it's just, again, that stillness of just being aware. I'm not even going to say senses, but let the other sensations, let the other actions take center stage. So movement, right? The sense of touch, for example. Like I feel like that would be connected to movement. You have to move to touch something. There's movement involved. So let the others smell, sight, hearing, feeling. Let those senses, let those actions and activities, let them take over for a while so you can really soak in how amazing this life really is. Then you can start to build your own destiny. You can start to build your own dreams with a more clear mind, with a more clear spirit. Because now it's not just, I think it'd be nice to have lots of money. Now what I want is to live in, I'm kind of referring to the last stack here, but what I want is to live in a beautiful castle with lush green gardens and all the rest of it. Well, okay then. Now the universe knows what you want. But you had to take that moment. You had to take that period of stillness to be able to see that that's what you want. So it's stillness, it's self-reflection, it's going within and clearing out anything that no longer serves you. So that you have room to make these bigger moves. And then the last card, which again, I can't help but laugh at the universe or spirit's sense of humor, because the last card is just wait. Just wait. So we had patience, stillness, and wait. I mean, really, right? You guys see where I'm going with this, right? Like spirit is on one this week with that. Like those of us who picked stack number 3, which was the black stone, spirit is literally saying, slow your roll, pump the brakes, turbo. You need a moment. You need a moment, and it's time. But yeah, those are the messages for this week, you guys. I think there's some really good stuff here. I definitely felt the messages of all 3. Some parts. You okay, Rachel? Hold on. Hard. I'm so bad at that. Bad at what? Being still and waiting? Yeah, I don't like waiting too much either. But yeah, it's this week was, I mean, guys, we're on the home stretch. Maybe, Colin, maybe it is why I'm freezing, because Spirit's like, are you listening? Are you? You need to calm the hell down. Just pause for a second. The great thing about being still is that you see how how much unnecessary movement you have in your life, you know, like sometimes you go through your well, yeah, that's true, Rhonda. But you know, you go through your daily life and you're like, you know, like I feel like I'm doing so much, but nothing's actually happening. And that's a great time to stop. Stop what you're doing and look at it. Okay, well, I'm adding 10 steps to a 3-step process. Just getting done with school and clearing some old. Well, you know, that's perfect. That's perfect, Rachel. I mean, again, we're what day is it? The 20th? So we're literally like 10 days from a new year. And I'm not going to say it again because we say it every week that this year's been a hella shitstorm. We get it. But what a great time right now, you guys, to you know, do what Rachel here is doing and clear out some old connections. And it doesn't have to be connections with people. This can be connections with old ways of thinking and connections in terms of, you know, holding on to things that we don't need anymore. Physical, material things, spiritual things, emotional things, mental things, all of it, right? Need to be cleared out so that when the good stuff happens next year, we've got room. We've got room for it in our lives, in our energies. We've got room for it in our physical. And we're ready. We're ready. It's a great time to get yourself into some kind of mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever you want to call it, because there are elements of all of that in the things that we do. But get yourself into a routine, because it's, you know, it's going to be so necessary for this coming year. I will be honest, I don't know all of the details because, you know, from Spirit and that, like the messages that I get, I ask that they're only for the greatest and highest good of whoever the message is for, whether it be for me or for you guys or for my, you know, one-on-one sessions with my clients. Like, it's all for the greatest good, greatest and highest good. So I don't know when this stuff is going to end. And that's why a lot of, you know, psychics, mediums, whatever title you want to give people like me, that's why they're not sending big messages of like, oh, on, you know, it's not like the Mayans. You remember with the Mayan calendar and stuff? And I'm not disrespecting that, but, you know, they had special dates and things like that. Well, really, you know, does it do us any good to know anything? Like, would you, if you could, let me ask this question to those who are still watching. If you could, would you choose to know the exact day you're going to die? Would you want to know? No. And why? Why? Why wouldn't you want to know? Probably because that's all you would be able to think about, and you would fear that day for how many ever days you have left. And this is why there are certain things. Exactly, Rhonda. This is why there are certain messages that we aren't allowed to receive as mediums and psychics and all the rest of it. We're not allowed to receive them. So anybody who tells you, if you happen to, you know, if you're going and seeing other spiritual healers, you know, I have seen some that are all like, oh yeah, you know, early in the new year, this will all be over. I don't know that. I don't know that. And it's not because I'm not good at what I do. It's because I don't need to know. Because it's not about that end game. It's about the journey to get there. And what keeps being said to me and being shown to me is that I'm here to help whoever wants it, whoever needs it, my tribe, my people, my glow getters, help them get to a better place spiritually, and in some cases emotionally, even physically, so that they can better handle what's coming. And not because what's coming is bad. I honestly feel like what's coming is really, really good. But a lot of people are not going to understand it because they're not doing the work. You guys that come and show up every week and hear these messages, you guys that you know, come to me for private sessions and you know, all that kind of stuff, you know, you guys are doing the work. So when the time comes for this all to blow up and get better and be done, you guys are going to be ready. Others that aren't finding some form of practice, even you guys coming here every week, which I can't say it enough, and especially because this is this the last one before the new year? No, there will be one more before the end of the year. But I can't thank you enough anyway for being here. But even coming here and watching when you have time or whenever you're watching these, even that is part of your spiritual, emotional, mental, physical practice. And it's all good. It's all good. So we've got a little bit of time left for the end of this year. I strongly, strongly encourage you guys to do some reflections and really think about what you want 2021 to look like. All the things that are within your control. What is that? What does it look like? What can you do? Write it down. Make a plan, make a list, put it out there, but do it with that intention that it's going to be something. You know, just writing it down isn't the work. That's the first step in the work. Then figure out how you're going to achieve that backwards. So this is the big picture. How am I going to get there from where I am at right now? And you step it back. Well, I do this and I do this and I do this and blah, 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 blah. And then next thing you know, you're back to today and now you've got a clear plan for the future. So that would be my advice. Remember, I am always here to help. You know, now is a really good time for like Reiki sessions and, you know, just, I mean, Reiki's the really big one. I've updated my services list. I've added, mystic medicine, which is basically, it's medical mediumship. So I've discovered that I can help with the physical manifestation of spiritual issues. And it's pretty amazing. And, you know, it's something that those looking to really clear and declutter and get to a really good place, it's something to consider for sure. And I have 2 more days of work and then I'm off until the new year. So I will definitely have a lot of availability. So choose if you feel drawn to, reach out. Let's book a session. Let's get you on the road to recovery, I guess is the best way to put it. The road to recovery. Let's recover from 2020 and get ready for 2021. All right. Oh, Rhonda, what are you? Mom was told when she was 35 old that she would die at 79. It was always in the back of her mind. She just turned 80 in June and she's free. And now, how many things did she not do because she was scared? I mean, I suppose it could work the other way where you, okay, well, I know I've got a limited amount of time, so I'm going to just do everything crazy. Some people take that kind of thing to, literally, I guess, in that they're like, well, they said I'm not going to die till I'm 79, so I can be completely reckless. They completely shut down their ego. And then, you know, sometimes they don't make it to 79 because they didn't let ego keep them safe, because they took that as the only, you know, it's set in stone. I'm not going to die till I'm 79. I'm 35, so I'm going to do all this crazy shit. Not the best way to be. And that's the exact reason that I purposely ask to not receive information that is not for the highest good, because that's not for your highest good either. And I'm sorry that your mom, that somebody did that to her. That's really upsetting. But anyways, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am for this past year. I know I haven't been doing lives for the whole year, but I've definitely been talking to many of you since this journey began. Shared it with you guys, and you've you know, encouraged and supported me through it all. Big great things coming for 2021. I definitely feel that. So let's make it a good one. Let's close out the end of 2020 with a big bang. And until we meet again, be well. I love you guys.